Why is there no ending? The heck? There's no ending. It just ends right here. And there's nothing else. This is absolutely insane that they made this change during our class. Like, in between when he first gave the assignment and when it was due, they made this change. And how on earth did our professor not know about this until somebody brought it up to him and he signed in the middle of class and he's like, oh man, what's going on here? What's this? Something's different. So, like, the demonstration he gave in class is completely useless because it's completely different from what it was back then, which was literally like 1 month ago, maybe not even a month ago. Well, I mean, this is pretty simple now. I don't even remember what it was like when he did it before. There's a PDF version of this. Dude, what if I got the PDF? Crap. How am I gonna find this now? Hold on a second. I don't even remember noting in the syllabus that the second memo is worth way more points than the first one. First one's worth 50 points. On Canvas. Where are the points? 50 and then 100. 50 and how 50 is 5% of my grade. Okay. Did you talk about the quote-unquote continuous computerized problems? And he said that if he was to sit down and do it all at once, it would take him 4 hours to do that assignment. That's fun. Him, who is the teacher of the course and has decades of experience in governmental accounting. He thinks it would take him 4 hours to do that assignment. Okay. I wonder how long it's going to take me to do that. And I can't even worry about that right now. How long would it take him to do this type of memo thingy? That was funny! Huh. I wonder how my teacher would react if he found out that I have not studied a single bit for this class since it started. That is over 2 full months of a class where I didn't study for the class at all. That was funny. I walked in here for nothing. Never mind. That was funny. That was funny. I wonder if the search thing is gonna work. What? What? Wait a minute. This. Dang it! It's. Can I open this in a new tab? I mean, was it really as simple as just searching that? Is this it? Is this all I need? That was funny. What page length minimum? There is no page length. Where's the... That was funny. You know what's freaking funny? Again, it's so ambiguous. Are we supposed to do 2 per memo or 2 total? But what made me think that I need to do 2 is because he said that there's the next memo we do will have something to do with impairment, and I looked at the second question. It has nothing to do with impairment, implying that we actually do have to do the 2 questions. Why do we have 2 research questions per memo? Nice, a significant amount of time and effort. I gave myself 4 hours. There is no page requirement listed in the assignment. Did I not read this well enough, or what? I already read this stuff multiple times. Why? Why did you give us 2 questions? Why? Why did you do that? Well, you wouldn't recognize something that happened afterwards. Events that happened. I still haven't read this yet. Why don't we just read it? What is this? It's small text. The loss of a government facility as a result of a tornado, fire, or flood. Well, that's pretty straightforward. Okay, well, that's easy. That was easy. Wait a minute, is this it? I mean, that's pretty. That's like right there. It's. I'm not missing something here, am I? It says that it's the loss of a government facility as a result of a tornado. That's literally the exact situation that's here. That is it. Tornado destroyed the county's jail. I mean, that's... And then the second one is the bankruptcy of a major store in town. Okay, so that's crap. There's two different events. So one of them is easy. But what about that? Bankruptcy of a major store in town. They were owed sales tax from the store. Okay, so I think they talked about that. But they talked about the bankruptcy of a customer, not a major customer. They're talking about the bankruptcy of a customer. What about the bankruptcy of a taxpayer? That was fine. Uncollectible account receivable. Major customers deteriorating financial condition leading to the bankruptcy. But if the customer had a major casualty subsequent to the statement. Well, it's not exactly the same situation, but it's similar because in this case, the store basically they could foresee the fact that it could go bankrupt or something. Well, wouldn't this count as a recognized event because the bankruptcy of a customer is very similar to the bankruptcy of... Would you just call them a taxpayer? Because they're not a customer of the government, they're just paying taxes. Represents... It's an account receivable. It's a tax receivable. Well, tax receivable is similar to accounts receivable. It indicates conditions existing at the statement of... Because the condition was that the fact that they had deteriorating financial condition, which existed at the time of the statement, which also existed at the time of the statement in this case, because the store was in deteriorating financial condition at the time of the statement. I mean, it's assumed. But it's not like it was perfectly good, fine, and good, and then all of a sudden it just completely randomly went downhill. I think it would have said that was fine. It doesn't say anything about the financial condition of the store at the time of the statement. It just says that the county owed $1 million in sales tax. At the time of the statement. And the bankruptcy took place after the time of the statement. I have no idea how to do that. So I'm screwed. Anyway, because I haven't studied a bit for this, all I know is I think it's the applicable standards would be 112 and 114. Like realization of receivables is clearly a recognized um, (112 and 114). Okay, but how do I cite this? I need to figure out how to cite. I can come up with something here. I'm not going to just skip the assignment entirely. I can, even if I don't do the journal entries, I can at least reference the 112 and 114 and say that the first event was the tornado, which is non-recognized, and the bankruptcy is recognized. That's the very least I can do. That was funny. Can I just download the sample memo? I hate having to download it, open it in Word, and then save it as a PDF, and then open it again. I would just use the Word documents, but it's so laggy. Plus, the fact that if you have multiple tabs open, it's so annoying, because instead of having multiple tabs open in the same tab, it has them all as separate tabs. Why can't you just do it the way that Notepad actually changed the way they do it now to be a better way? And that's funny. I hate having to convert everything to PDF. Can't it just be a PDF already? I could zoom in even more. Also, dang it.
Codification.
Why does it sound weird? Is that how you pronounce it? That's the only pronunciation existing. There's no multiple pronunciation.
Codification.
Why do I think it sounds funny to say it like that? N50.104. Well, then this one is 2250? Is that what it is? 2250.114? Let's see which one he cited anyways. 50.104. Nope. What the heck? It's in the thousands. It starts in the thousands. So how is there a 50? The heck? Are you kidding me? How is there? Come on. Where did he get the 50? This is 1,000. It starts at a 1,000. What's going on here? Oh, come on. Now I'm confused. How does he have 50 and then 1,600? Okay, so there is a... Oh, N50. That's what I'm getting confused. Where's N50? So something here. Okay, so there's actually specific balance sheet items. So he has N50, which is somewhere. Non-exchange transactions. Okay, so because in one of his other ones, it's N50.104, and this one is 1,600.106. So the way to cite that would be, and the one I found was financial reporting. Where was it? Oh, come on. Which one was it? This one. 2250. 2250.112. Some of them are require adjustments to the financial statements. Some of them may require disclosure in the notes to the financial statements. Okay, but then how? Okay, that's the general rule, but then how do you know how to disclose it? Because we just know. How do you disclose something in the notes? I mean, it's not like there's not a specific way to disclose it in the notes. It just says you disclose it in the notes. Maybe note disclosures. So 2250.112. It doesn't matter. Okay, that's a question for the next year, though, is how to account for the destruction of the jail. This year's financial statement would just have a note stating that the jail was destroyed 30 days after the date. After. Stop. 114. Oh, jeez. How long is this going to be? There's not really a page number. It's not that long. It's only 100. I mean, it's only 31 paragraphs. That's not so bad. That's funny. Notes to financial statements. Dude, what? Wait a minute. Hold on a second. One of the paragraphs, a couple of these paragraphs have like a 10 jillion different parts to them. Well, that's fun. Summary. Okay, but who cares? Where's the subsequent events? Oh, well. No, that's hilarious because I just read this. I just read this section. They don't explain it at all. They don't give a single explanation. Like, that's it. That's all there is. This is disclosure. This is accounting policies, capital assets, and long-term liability. What? I don't think there's nothing specific about subsequent events. They just list subsequent events as one of these things, and then they refer you to the other section that I already read. But that didn't give you any details on what should be included in the notes. It just says it should be included in the notes again. Yep. There's no specifics as to how to include it in the notes. It just says to include it in the notes. Oh. That was funny. So anyways, I mean, that's all I can find for question 1. That was funny. Never mind, because that was just for the tornado. What about how to present the event with journal entries? In the estimate of the allowance, or the allowance of the receivable, we had a 5% allowance. Now the allowance is going to have to be increased to 99%. That's essentially what happened. Well, there's a tax of $1 million, and you're only going to get 1% of that. So, what are you going to do now? You have to write off receive. The right change in the estimate of the receivable. That was funny. That's an entire section 3 has only one thing. That's it. Are you kidding me? That's it. Where do you find... This is not even in alphabetical order? What is this? This is not even in alphabetical order. They don't have... why don't you just use the search bar? Watch as I look like an idiot. While searching this... Oh, there's too many results. Wait, how is... I searched receivables, and what does this have to do with receivables? Why is this here? None of these results have anything to do with receivables. How many results did I get? Oh no. I got a lot. I got 3,000 results when I searched receivables. So, what about standards? Well, we got 354 standards. So how come there are 354 standards? This sucks. I'm not going to look through 300 results. What about if it's just in the title of the section? Come on. Wait. Why can't I just search the sections? No, I want to search the titles, not search the word receivable. The word receivable is going to appear I'm surprised it only appears 354 times total. I guess if I had to search for receivable instead of receivables, it would have ended up with more. If I search receivable, it will show. Wait, there's only 354 results still. Oh, well, okay. Well, still, how many results per page? Well, that would take too long to look through 354 results. Uncollectible. 24 results. So this has to do with, well, sales tax. It is a sales tax that was uncollectible. What if I just went to sales tax? But wouldn't it apply to basically any tax that's uncollectible? Shouldn't there just be a section that's uncollectible receivables? Why is there no... Wait, none of the results have the word collectible in the section title. They don't highlight the word collectible in the section title. Because it's fun. Wait, how are there 105 results? It's because okay. Well, it's an error correction. It's not an error, it's an estimate. Oh, wait, what? How is this? Why is it here? No, that's a change in estimate. Wait, change in estimate. How is this under accounting changes? This technically is a change in estimate. They originally estimated that they would be able to collect, or on 5% of the tax would be uncollectible. Then after the subsequent event, the estimate would change to 99%. Oh, of course. That's obvious. That's too obvious. 2250, 132. What? Wait, that's the same section I was reading before. The heck? Wait a minute. I was reading this section before. It was literally in the same section. Well, here we go.
drink water? Mm-hmm.
It says, forego tax revenues to which they are entitled, and individual or entity promises to take a specific action after the agreement has been entered into that contributes to economic development or otherwise benefits the governments or the citizens of those governments. Wait. Let's see. Well, I mean, that's... development zone. It doesn't say anything about another individual or entity in that case. I mean, it literally does. It just doesn't make a mention of an individual or entity. It just says it established a development zone. The developer will construct a mall. Well, action after the agreement has been entered into that contributes to economic development. Well, does the fact that it's developing, constructing the mall count? And then in this case, it literally doesn't even mention anything else. It just says it establishes a development zone. So how would this count? This doesn't make sense. I don't think that one. Information. Disclosure. Disclosure. Well, we don't even have all this information. How are we supposed to disclose that information if they didn't give you any information about the tax abatement? How the heck are you supposed to... They didn't give you any details. Look at all these details that need to be included, which they didn't give you in the question. Are both of the agreements that are entered into agreements with developers? It just isn't explicitly stated. It's just implied. Students were not reading. Solution: smart books. One small problem with that. You can complete the smart book assignments without reading the book and without learning anything. It's not that hard. It's actually quite easy to do. Dude, this doesn't exactly help. It's just, all I really have to work off of is 102. I guess I'll just T10.102. That's... Well, in this case, even though they don't mention anything, they just... That's the action that the government is going to take. Wait. What if I just turn in the assignment and this is all I have? Just a list of the applicables. Tornado, unrecognized event. I'm just going to look at the basics here. Tornado, unrecognized event. And the bankruptcy. Well, the event of the store going bankrupt. The change bankrupt store recognize change in estimate of uncollectible tax, sales tax receivable. There. That's literally it. That's all there is to question 1. I mean, there's more details such as what's the exact wording of the disclosure? Disclose in notes. Recognized event, recognized change in estimate of uncollectible sales tax receivable. And then question 2. I mean, all I have for question 2 is the fact that I think the first one is not a tax abatement and the second one is. I wonder how many points I would get if I just did the bare minimum, which is to say what my answers are to the questions, but not to even write any journal entries or notes. What is that? What is that liquid over there? That was fun. I still have 2 hours and 20 minutes. So I should make use of the 2 hours and 20 minutes to do something else other than... I'm just going to say for the first one, not tax abatement, doesn't mention anything about the individual. It doesn't mention anything about the other party taking a specific action. Taking an action to benefit. It constructs a mall. How did I spell government wrong? I didn't. Well, like, you forgot a period. Constructing a mall counts as economic development. Dude, how on earth are you supposed to give the specific journal entries if they don't give you a single piece of specific information other than the fact that they're going to pay the tax? What were these other things I was looking at? Maybe I'll just kind of summarize what these things are. This is definition of tax abatement. And then this is oh, that was funny. 114 mentions a tornado. Loss of a government facility to a tornado. And this discusses the bankruptcy of a customer resulting in uncollectible receivables. It would also apply to the bankruptcy of a tax. Oh, thanks. Thanks for that one. A major, what does it say? Store in town that pays sales taxes, right? It's the same general idea. It's a receipt. You have a receivable with something, with an entity, but instead of an accounts receivable, it's a taxes receivable. It's the same basic idea. It's still a receivable. It's just a tax receivable instead of an accounts receivable. And what was 132? Was that notes disclosures again? Wait. A change in accounting estimates. Uncollectible receivable is a change. Uncollectible receivables are accounting estimates. And then this one is 146. The effect of a change. I'll just copy and paste it, whatever. Can I just paste? The effect of a change in the accounting estimate should be accounted for in the period of change if the change affects that period only. Would it affect that future periods? Would they have a $1 million tax? Well, the tax is supposed to be paid that year, right? So it's not like you get to pay sales taxes over several years. And then 2, I'm really still not quite good on. What if I just took what I have here, don't add a single thing to it? All I do to it is put it in the format that the memo is supposed to be in. I just leave it as it is. Just put it in the correct format. Well, I may as well do that. It'll probably increase my grade slightly. If I just turned it in like this, man, what might my grade be? So bad. If I turned it in exactly the same as this, except in the correct format, it would probably increase the grade slightly, if not significant. So now I have to look at it's just a matter of copying the format of the sample. So let's see. Really? Do we have to put those weird lines? Gosh dang it. Where? Oh look, no. Here it is. It's just, also I could kind of look at this stuff here, like the exact issue reviewed. Okay, so, oh gosh, well, Blargy. Gosh dang it. The problem is I won't have a good conclusion here because I won't have the proposed journal entries. Too bad. Okay. So I have to state the two questions first. So I'm not going to copy and paste question. Well, do I really? Oh my gosh. Well, I have 2 hours, so whatever I can get done in 2 hours is what's going to get done. I mean, I could turn it in like this, but obviously I have 2 more hours to improve it, so here we go. I mean, this wasn't so bad. If I had given myself more time, I probably could have done better. And also the fact that I can't figure out how to do the journal entries. Like, where on earth would you even learn that? How to do that? Changing the estimate of a receipt of some type of receivable. Like, where would the details on that be? Should be some specific thing where you can figure out the. Okay, here's just. Oh my gosh. So, to, from, date, that was funny. To, from, and also it appears, no, how does this work? Because the main body of the memo doesn't have gaps between the paragraphs. So does that mean that it's just this, and then there's a blank line here, and then this? Is that what that is? Wait, I could just open the original Word document. Wait, let's see. I could just copy everything instead of having to type it manually. No, apparently the first section here has spaces between the paragraphs, and then the second section doesn't have spaces between paragraphs. Well, that's great. Oh man, it's just fun. I mean, I could just copy this stuff and then delete all the text, replace this top stuff with actual stuff, or although maybe. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's going to be exactly the same, except the date's going to be different. My name will be different. I will keep it as this name. And then instead of revenue recognition inquiry, it's going to be something else. So, the fact that he puts this thing here, this is just a bunch of equal signs. What? Are you serious? He does a line. He does next paragraph. He does a bunch of equal signs. Then he goes to the next part. Wow, that's fun. Huh. Well, why does he do that in the sample, but not in this one? Okay, I don't need to copy it. This is dumb. I hate Microsoft Word. Microsoft Word, don't do that. Why do you have to make it? When I click on this, I don't want it to pull up the two different tabs. I want it to open it, and then at the top of this somewhere, I want to be able to click between the tabs. It's so annoying. Doing it this way is so much more annoying. Just like how Google works, where it has all the tabs at the top. So we have two from date, and then, so it's going to be Amy Jones, Chief Financial Officer, from your name, comma, staff accountant. Like, that is probably going to be similar to what my title is going to be within the next year or 2 years at most. So why are you laughing at? date. Is this the date today? March 31st, 2023. Something. What do I call that? Revenue recognition inquiry. This. Wait just a sec. I don't think it's revenue recognition inquiry because it's not that. It doesn't have anything to do with revenue recognition. In fact, the inquiry has two different questions. So what am I supposed to put here? No. Subsequent events / tax abatement. It's do I just put subsequent events / tax abatement inquiry? And I don't care about the equal signs, that's just extra. No, that's the sample. I have the sample open in 2 tabs. Which one do I want to look at? Not the sample. The directions. Wait, no. Yes. And then... Oh, you know what's hilarious? In this one, there is no space between all this. Okay, so what happens if we just copy the wording from this? Never mind, I don't feel like writing anything right now. Just write down what you have already, except in complete sentences instead of bullet points or something. Wait a minute. So, should be recognized. Don't you just love it when you when everyone everywhere tells you you really shouldn't be using whatever that is. I forgot what it's called. Gosh dang everything. Is it actually sales taxes receivable or sales tax receivable? Look at this. Because I feel like he used the term taxes in journal entries at some point. Would be a change in the estimate. Yeah. Oh, hey look, severance taxes receivable. These are severance taxes. So if this one lists it as severance taxes, then when we list it as sales taxes, oh, I should really open all the other ones because I was actually trying to type everything in for these. Geez, there's so many parts. Please tell me this one has taxes. Gosh dang it. No freaking way. There were 17 for one of these? Okay, there's 17! Also, I don't even know which one of these is the correct one. Who cares? Oh, never mind. What? Look. Uncollectible property taxes receivable. Look at this. uncollectible property taxes receivable. So we're going to just call it taxes then. Clearly, he uses the term taxes in all these entries, so I'm just going to use the term taxes in my memo. And this might be different order because we're going to go and we're going to call it GASB codification, blah, blah, blah. GASB codification 2250.114. Lists the loss of a government facility as a result of a tornado as an unrecognized subsequent event. GASB codification 2250.112. This discusses a customer going bankrupt as an example of when does it just list that as a recognized event, or does it list it as, gosh dang it, I have to go back and find it again. And the resulting loss from uncollectible accounts receivable as an example of a recognized event. Two SB codification 2250.132 lists uncollectible receivables as an accounting estimate. GASB 2250.146 states, and then the quote states, the effect of a change in accounting estimate should be accounted for in the period of change. If the change affects that period only. So Oh, nice. Justified. I like Justified. Well, that I changed this into this, which is a slight improvement because at least now it's in the formatting sort of that was in this assignment instructions. Well, we have another hour and a half left. I might say in the comments to it, like, I gave myself only 4 hours to do this assignment. Plus, I have not studied at all for this class. So this is what I came up with. No. How impressed are you that I was able to come up with this with no studying in only 4 hours? I mean, the second one is pretty straightforward. Well, not straightforward. I barely have anything for the second one. Second one, maybe I should just state the definition of a tax abatement. Wait, T10102 defines a tax abatement as, and then I'll just copy it. It's funny how now I can just find the two things as I'm struggling to find it. So, go to T. And then I go to 102 and then just copy the definition of a tax abatement. Well, that's long definition. There you go. That's kind of long. It's kind of long. A reduction. Okay. There you go. And now I can't just call it the first one. The first transaction. The first transaction. The first transaction is not a tax abatement because nothing is mentioned about the other party taking action to benefit the government. The second transaction mentions involves the developer constructing a mall, which seems to apply to part B of the definition. So it is a tax abatement. I feel like I'm completely wrong. The second transaction involves a developer constructing a mall, which seems to apply to Part B of the definition. So it is a tax abatement. That's why I mean, it says, and also it says what you're supposed to. There's barely any information given. I don't feel like doing anything else. Come on. But hey, I've done it. I've done exactly what I set out to do, which was to put all the information I had written into the format of the memo. So I've done it. Kind of. Not quite. Well, let's see, what am I missing here? I mean, there's a couple of things. So I think I need headings and stuff. Is that rain or wind outside? Dude, I mean, I wonder if this is going to be above average in terms of the class. I wonder if he would give me a 50% for turning in just this. I wouldn't be too. Yeah.
Hey, Noah,
Yeah.
I'm just letting you know that there's severe weather passing by. That's why we're in the basement.
Okay.
If it starts to get really bad, you might want to join us underneath the stairway.
Oh.
Or in the bathroom or something.
Man, I thought I was totally screwed with this thing. I thought I was considering not doing it at all. Like literally skipping it entirely. And now I think I've come up with something to turn. This is something. Wow. I've done assignments like this before where I basically just came up with something and turned it in, and I usually do better than I'm expecting in terms of the grade. Like kind of like that one exam I took where I didn't study for the exam at all. I thought I might get a 50%. I actually got a 75%. I mean, the same type of thing could happen with this. I might end up with a 75% at the end of the day on this thing. I don't know. I gotta be able to improve this a little bit. I have a whole hour and a half to add something to this. I wonder what my grade would be if I turned it in like this. Let's see what the formatting is. We need some titles. Although he didn't put any titles in this. It says question number 1, brief title. And what's the title of the first issue? Subsequent events, maybe? Like subsequent events. Maybe I'll just put subsequent events as a brief title. So, italicized, bold print title here. So, oh, come on. Question, wait. Just the brief title, subsequent events, and then the second one is tax abatement. Tax abatements? Tax abatements? Do I do tax abatements or tax abatement? Okay, so, yeah, there's a brief title. I did a brief title. The exact issue reviewed. Now, restate in plain English the two questions and any sub-issues the questioner has asked you to research. I'm going to see how he restated the question. Now, he basically just gave a very brief summary. That was only one sentence. You have requested my research into the professional literature regarding the type of non-exchange revenue recognized from sales taxes and its corresponding revenue recognition within governmental funds and at the government-wide level, including any related journal entries. Why don't I study for this class? Because I don't want to. Am I even going to work in governmental accounting? I don't care about governmental accounting. Maybe I should have taken advanced taxation. Would I prefer this class, or would I prefer the class with that one professor? The only reason I'm struggling in this class is because I don't have an incentive to study. If I actually studied, I'd probably be doing just fine, and I would think this is like 10 times better than the tax class. But now I'm struggling because I haven't studied. Still have plenty of time here. I mean, every additional thing I add is like additional points I'm adding to my grade, pretty much. If I add an introductory sentence, that will add some points. So, what if I just copied his wording? You have requested my research into the professional literature regarding... like, is that considered plagiarism? Like, who cares? We're not writing... The purpose of the memo is not to provide like something that's enjoyable to read. It's to provide information. So does it count as plagiarism if we use the exact same wording? The anti-plagiarism has been drilled into me so much that there are so many instances where it's very ambiguous as to whether or not you're allowed to plagiarize, and I just side with no every time just to be safe. Except for one time when I did plagiarize and then I got a 0 on the assignment. Maybe I will just copy his wording. I don't know if he's going to give me a 0 because I copied his wording from his sample. Ah, jeez. You have requested my research into the professional literature regarding the recognition of subsequent events and the classification of transactions as tax abatements. Including any related journal entries. There, I wrote a sentence. It's a sentence, so it's better than nothing. Three hours. Look at this, 3 hours. I was, what did I do wasting time? I was wasting some time. Let's see. And so, I mean, literally in his sample, he just wrote one sentence. Okay, and then this, the exact issue reviewed. So, I probably need... Okay, so here's his example. Here's his example of the issue. The transaction cycle for sales tax reflects a 4-month system where shoppers make purchases in the first month. Retailers submit tax returns and the amount due to the state in the second month. The state processes the return in the third month. And our school receives its share of the sales tax collected in the 4th month. At the end of the last fiscal year, sales tax is paid by customers in the 10th month. We received a communication from the state that no taxes are delinquent and that all taxes due from these months have been collected by the state and dispersed to us in the 1st, 2nd, 3rd month after the close of the fiscal year. Finally, our school has adopted an availability criterion of 2 months. Okay, so I think it's just literally just listing the relevant facts, because it's like copy and paste this except delete, or these 2 paragraphs except delete anything that's irrelevant. I mean, it's fine. I can just copy it, right? Is it relevant whether the audit has been completed? Wait a minute. Oh, I think that is relevant because you make changes to the financial statement after it is completed. Wait. And that isn't that how it works? I mean, that you would only be able to know that from your auditing class, because we literally just talked about in our auditing class subsequent events. It's like exactly at the same time as this class. I mean, no, wait. No, the subsequent events in this case is defined as an event that occurs after the date of the financial statement, but before the financial statement has been written. But that could also coincide with when the auditor is doing. Is it still relevant? I don't know if that's relevant. Isn't the relevant fact that the statement of net position has not yet been completed? Because it's not the fact that it hasn't been audited, it's the fact that it hasn't been completed yet. I mean, but even if it was completed and then the auditor reviewed the recommended changes to it, and then they would have to make changes anyways. So it's still relevant? Probably. It's actually not relevant at all because it's just going to be disclosed in the notes. Yeah, but do you have to disclose all of that information in the notes about the asset? The fact that it was destroyed. Oh my gosh. I don't feel like adding this. I don't feel like it. Because in order to add all of the relevant facts, I have to know which facts would be included in the disclosed notes. What if I just copied and pasted the whole paragraph? Because wouldn't basically all of that information be disclosed? Actually, I wouldn't copy the second paragraph. I would just copy this first one. I guess what I would do is there would be two sub-issues, because there's one question and then there's another question. Wait, no. No, yes, because in the first question there's two sub-issues. What am I, dumb? The first question has two sub-issues. So we would have sub-issue 1, brief title, and then... Okay, let's see. I just combine them both. I combine them into the same thing, but it's really two issues. So I could just separate them out into two issues. That'd be kind of weird, but that's how I think he wants it to be done. So this is going to be underlined. Sub-issue 1 is going to be tornado. Destroy the jail. Wait, why do I could just say tornado. And then the second issue is oh my gosh. A major The bankruptcy of a major store in town. Or should I just call it bankruptcy of a store? Bankruptcy of a store. Oh, what a great title. I don't care. Now I have to separate them. Uncollectible. Okay, so literally just this. Cut. No. Put this down. Cut this and paste it down here. And then the tornado, and then the part in the bankruptcy is going to be pasted. And we've subdivided it into 2 issues. Also, I'm going to change it so that the paragraphs don't have spaces after them. Also, should it be double spaced? This one appears to be double spaced. I don't know. It doesn't say in the thingies. But that would make it longer. Now it's going to come out to 2 pages. Also, instead of... I think it would just make more sense to do this. Now it looks weird. I don't like the double spaced. The way he does it here, he doesn't have any headings or subheadings here because he just does one long thingy. And what if he changes the due date from 8 p.m.? I don't know why he made it 8 p.m. when he made all the other stuff due at 10 p.m. that one time. Oh, and of course the second one has 2, because there's 2 sub-issues. Oh, come on. You gotta be kidding me. I hate that. Why do I have to divide it into sub-issues? This is ridiculous. Whoops, I messed this up. How did I mess this up? Well, it would be longer. It would end up being... I didn't write enough information. So it's not as stupid to divide it into 2 things. But I feel like there would be some repetition in this because... For the tax abatement question, I would have the definition of a tax abatement as relevant to both issues. Well, looks like we're going to artificially lengthen this by including the definition twice. First transaction. Should I just list it as first transaction and second transaction? Wait. We're just gonna do that. We only have 1 hour left. And then we are literally just gonna copy this, paste it, and then put a subtitle here. Do we indent the titles? Nothing. And then we have, that was funny. Anyway. I hate how there's no separation here. Just put a space. That was funny. A tornado destroyed the county's jail 30 days after the date of the statement of net position. There's the statement of the issue. Second issue. Oh, crap. There it stated. Secondly, we have bankruptcy of a store. A major store. I mean, I'm just basically going to copy and paste a bunch of stuff. A major store in town went bankrupt. It didn't even say when the bankruptcy date was. It kind of implies it was actually before the date of the statement of net position. No, it was after. It doesn't even specify when. Sometime after the date of the statement of net position, a major store in town went bankrupt. I'm just going to copy the sentence. I'm just going to copy this sentence. And the reason there was barely any relevant information for the tornado is because it's not reported. But it is unrecognized. It is disclosed. I'm just going to say this. I'm just going to cut out some stuff. And whatever, I'll just copy this whole thing. I mean, does it matter when they're going to collect on this? No, they're going to collect on it next year. That is relevant. Does that mean that they're going to collect 0? They're going to collect 0% this year. I hate the term next year because right now it's currently in the year after the year of its financial statements. So that would mean that the year following the it doesn't matter. The 5% is the 5% allowance is total. It doesn't matter if it's collected the next year. So all we have to do is say that again, I'm just copying stuff. I wrote a thing. I wrote a thing. And then imagine if he moves up the due date to 10 p.m. the last second. What if the due date actually was 10? Would I actually put more effort into this? Maybe. Because I would literally have another 2 hours and 40 minutes to work on it. I bet the
How are you? How's your house coming?
That was funny. That was funny.
Hey, Johnny, you're about to become a new uncle. You're about to become a new uncle. Your sister's about to have another baby. I didn't know. What's that? What's he making this time?
Well, I just submitted my steaming pile of garbage.
I think I converted Joyce into the Simcox way of getting. You get the Italian sausage. Oh, good. Spicy. The hot Italian sausage.
Well, I did the thing. That's not even going to be the hardest part. The hardest thing is going to be studying for and taking the test. That might be literally the hardest part of this whole semester because of the fact that I haven't studied. Like, I could get away with not reading any of the textbook. I could just try to study, like, all of his example problems. Like, I might be able to get away with that. I don't know.